Mikaela, congratulations. What a way to start the World Championships with a gold medal.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a brilliant day, and maybe even, I would say, a little bit unexpected in some ways, which I think the people around outside might not really understand, but it's been some challenging weeks, some challenging months for sure. And coming out here today with Breezy and to be able to like earn this gold together was really special. That was an amazing way to start this for me.
And also you have the record now with the most medal wins at the World Champs, tied 50 medals, I think. So yeah, what does it mean for you?
It felt so. People were talking about this record back in Courchevel Maribel, and so of course I was aware that there's another record, but that I felt so far away from the chance to accomplish anything with medals this World Champs, and it's a very strange place to be as an athlete, to come into World Championships, and I'm still actually recovering, and everybody else is trying to fight for medals, and I'm coming in with the mentality of like, I don't know if I'm actually good enough to be here right now. It's just such a weird mentality. So I don't even know what to say about that now.
Yeah. I mean, you had a really bad injury, obviously, and I think you went through a lot the last couple of weeks. It was a roller coaster, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's been such a strange injury, and it's not what people expect. You know, you see like a knee injury or broken bones, maybe, you know, neck injury or back injury, and everybody kind of sees that that's a serious injury, and then I don't think anybody really knew what was going on with mine. And, you know, we were kind of understanding it as we went as well. But like the first 3 weeks, it's like if you just sit here, and I was sitting like this, because if I just sat straight, then I would fall over. Like this muscle was not connecting. And so then to work back into basic movements, like basic walking, to not be walking kind of like this all the time, and the pain was the most I've ever experienced with anything. So I was like, what is this weird, stupid puncture wound? Like how did that happen? But it's been pretty, it's been definitely a lot of work to get to here, just to be able to get back in the start gate.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously Alex is also injured. Could you like support each other, or could he help you also with that?
Yeah, I have to say, it's been really challenging as well to be apart so much. He was able to come to Colorado in the very beginning of my recovery, and he was there for like 10 days, which was wonderful. But it was also like, it's like when you have candy in front of a baby or something, like he couldn't really touch me at all because everything hurt. So it was like, you stay in bed and he's this far away and we just hold hands and that's it. And so it's this weird feeling like I want to, like everything I need from you, we're just making it work. And his shoulder, he struggles to lift his shoulder. So it's like all the, you know, it's just weird. But it's been so amazing to have his support through it. And as always, he's the most positive, supportive human, and he has his own struggles, and he's still so understanding of mine. So that's been just amazing the last week. I mean, for the last 10 weeks, but I saw him last week for just like overnight. So that was much nicer than in the beginning.
Yeah. Nothing. You also said that you won't start at the GS because mentally it's really hard for you right now. What piece is missing there for the giant slalom right now?
I think the piece missing is time. And I guess it's not really even missing. It's just that we've been trying to make this return so quickly. And it's actually, by the book, it's too quickly to return to racing. But we're doing everything to take care of the details, and physically I'm strong enough, and I don't have pain now, but it's the time on snow and the ability to train in different conditions, different course settings, and to take on the speed of a race course and to mentally be able to process this speed. And what I've been struggling with this past couple weeks with GS is like when we bring in normal or like real conditions, a little bit harder snow, I don't even know that I'm scared. I just can't do the movements that you need to do to make a fast GS turn. And by the end of the session, I'm crying and I don't understand why. And it's just like this mental beat down. And so we just have to take a breath and keep going step by step. I think it will come, but it doesn't come when you rush it.
Yeah, and now so it means like for this rest of the season after the World Champs, you focus more on the slalom, or do you think of maybe taking back the GS?
Yeah, this is a little bit of another strange situation because my GS, the way with World Cup start list for my GS points, I don't have many GS points. So now with the rest of the season, I really need to be able to start GS, and I need to be good enough to make some points so that I can start to secure kind of bib number. And this is also thinking forward to next season. And right now, where my skiing is, I'm not sure I can even do that. And so that even puts slalom at risk, because if I start slalom, I lose my GS bib anyway. But now today you can see my slalom is in a pretty good level. So it's kind of this feeling like I am not ready, but I have to be ready. And we're going to do what we can with that. But I think I'm certainly not ready to be on winning pace in GS, but I'm getting closer to being good enough that we can have some productive races.
Yeah, and now you're here. You won already 4 times the slalom title. So I guess, I mean, this means a lot to you to be able to compete here at the World Championships, right?
Yeah, it's so meaningful to get back here. And like I said, everybody comes to World Championships. Most athletes are on their top form. They've been racing all season, and they're ready to fight for medals. And even athletes who might not expect to get a medal are fighting in top form and can achieve that. And that's I think the beauty of the big events is it's like everybody's just going for it. And I'm in this weird place where the expectation is that I should be there because that's what we've done every other World Championships. And I'm struggling to balance this expectation from the outside with understanding the reality where I am physically or with my training. And today, the race, that was a really huge step to take on a race start and to do some of my best turns. And there's plenty to improve on. I think there's so many fast slalom skiers. I don't think I would podium in the slalom race with kind of holding back on some spots, but some of the skiing was really good, so I have to hang on to that and try to build on it. And in order to get a medal in the slalom event, it's got to be my top skiing. I'm just not sure if it's there yet, but I'm going to try because we're here, and I'm pretty grateful to be here.
Yeah, and today you could try already the slalom racetrack. What do you think about the race loop?
It's really good. It's challenging. It's kind of steep the whole way, and it keeps coming, and then there's this traverse that goes across, and that was catching a lot of athletes off guard, and I was sort of like, oh, don't mess up here. The speed really comes at you, so you have to be prepared to manage the speed and still make your most powerful turns, because if you step off the gas, then somebody else is going to do it better. So it's really demanding, and I think, honestly, perfect slope for a World Championship event.
Yeah, and the US team is obviously always so, successful here. What do you think is the secret for that?
It's hard to say if there's some secret. It's like all of these different pieces come together, but every one of my teammates as individuals have gone through so much, such a long journey. I mean, Breezy, for instance, through her injuries and through a really challenging year last year where she was unable to compete, she's had to fight through so much. And it's the same with every single one of my teammates. And Lauren Masuga, like, she's young, but she still had to like fight tooth and nail to get where she is. And I think sometimes these big events bring out this little extra bit of inspiration for all of us. That's like, I've gotten this far, I've come this far, like, I've got to give it one last little bit of like 1% or 2%, and we'll see what happens. And it's amazing that it's really come together so well, this World Championships. It's been, I mean, watching Cougs in the Super G and then Breezy in the downhill was, and all of my teammates, it was just spectacular.
Yeah. Thank you for your time, Mikaela.
Thank you.